peace and light. Peace and light, peace and love, peace and power. Peace and all these things. Come on in, y'all. I know it's Sunday morning, but I know a few of y'all are up. So I have a viewer question that I decided to do a video about early this morning. It's not gonna be long, you know what I'm saying? But when I say to you all, you know, that you can ask any question, I mean it. So let's get into this, you know what I'm saying? Welcome to Magick Up TV. I am Seven The Alchemist. Here's where we talk about love, we talk about law, we talk about all things. There's nothing off the table, you understand? Here's what we say. Life is easy, we make it hard. You know what to do when you get in here. When you see my face and hear my voice, hit that love button, hit that share button, let somebody know that the Alchemist is in the building. So I got a viewer question in my inbox from an anonymous person. I'm not going to tell who she is, but it is a she. It is a she. And I found that to be very interesting because of the topic. You know, when we want better, we do better, but sometimes in order to do better, we have to learn, right? We have to identify. We have to, you know, become authentic and express ourselves. So there was a question in my inbox, and the question was, or the question is there a wrong way to do polygamy? Now, I'm gonna give you some context. This particular individual was asking me about this because she's in a relationship with a man, and he had been in a previous relationship. That relationship was cut off, and then she came about, and then I think he went back to the other one, or whatever the case may be. But the question remained because she's like, hey, listen, if the two women are not agreeing to be in a polygamous relationship, speak to that, right? So I'm gonna say this. It doesn't matter what type of relationship you're in. If the relationship that you're in is being manipulated by lies, deception, you understand? All of those things. So the question was, is it cheating if he's still seeing the other woman, or, you know, what is it? All right. So I'm going to speak to that. For you men out there who are desiring a polygamous relationship, the truth is required. That's number one. Don't be out here with these women having them to believe one thing, right? And you're living an entirely different thing. Nobody wants to be lied to. Nobody wants to be manipulated. Nobody wants to be cheated on. Now, let's talk about cheating. Cheating is an action by which takes part in secret, or not even or, just in secret. Cheating is anything that you are doing that you already know the other person isn't gonna like it. It doesn't have to involve sex. Any type of boundary that you all have set up within your relationship, and you are going outside of that boundary and you're keeping it a secret, is cheating. You understand? Why? Because if you were being honest about it, would that mate still be with you? Okay? So for these men who are out there claiming to be in polygamous relationships, yet you're not being honest with these women about what you're doing, you're cheating. But watch this. I've had countless, I'm talking about, I've been a polygamist for 15 years, plus maybe, at this point. So I've had countless conversations with women. And you know the first thing women say to me about men having extra relationships? They don't want to know about it. Seven, I don't want to know about it. Okay. All right, let's deal with that. All right, let's deal with that. Because this came to me. All right, this was brought to me last week as well. Seven, I don't want to know about it. All right, Queen, so then he's not telling you. The light went off. She's like, Seven, you know, he's not telling me things. He's doing this, he's doing that, things I don't know about, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, but you said to him, you don't want to know. He's honoring your boundary. Right? I find it to be very interesting that people expect polygamy or polygyny or polyamory to work different from monogamy. There's nothing different. Yes, it is, Seven. No, it's not. Yes, it is, Seven. Okay, if you're talking about the relationship structure itself, of course. However, there is nothing different about a relationship. You understand? No matter if it's a monogamous relationship, a gay relationship, a polygamous relationship, a relationship should be honorable. A relationship should be reverenced. A relationship should be, you understand, kept whole. Why? Because this is what's sustaining us. This world has already been coded against us. You decided to make this person your life partner, your mate. Why are we lying to our mate? Why are we manipulating the person that we in the foxhole with? There's nothing different about a polygamous relationship. Honor, trust, commitment. Honor, trust, commitment. Peace to the queens. I see y'all on the live. I see y'all this morning. Look, from a monogamous relationship, a courtship, dating, marriage, all of these things require honesty, commitment, transparency. Because if not, if you're not willing to honor such with this, then why are you entertaining it? Why are you in a whole relationship if you don't want to be kept? Why are you in a whole relationship if you can't be honest with that person? Like I want somebody that I can be honest with. I don't want, you know, when you're out here in the world, right? You're out here in the world and you're knocking shit down. You can't necessarily tell everybody what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? You can't be so expressive with everybody everywhere. That partner, that life partner, or those life partners, that's supposed to be your soft place. That's supposed to be your refuge. That's supposed to be your nutrients. That's supposed to be your sunblock. That's supposed to be, you understand what I'm saying? No matter what that dichotomy is, no matter how you break it down. Do you realize that there's some people in monogamous relationships, that shit's so odd, but it's just them, so it makes it monogamous, you understand? But they live in completely different states. They only see each other maybe once a month, you know what I mean? But they're committed to each other, you understand? And as long as they're happy with that relationship, as long as they're happy with that situation, then who's to tell them they're wrong? We out here trying to live for everybody else instead of trying to establish, you understand, the kingdom that's for you. What's for you is for you. You can't be afraid, you understand, to, like, listen, some of y'all women are dealing with men who told you. He told you, he said, listen, sweetheart, you know what I'm saying? I'm a polygamist. I'm not with, you know what I'm saying, that one situation, but I can treat you like a queen. And here's the thing. You had the ability to walk away from that. You had the ability to walk away from it. You could have been like, Chauncey, no, that ain't for me. And you could have walked away from it. But you said to him, you was like, you know what, Chauncey, that's not for me. I'm not with that, blah, blah, blah. He was like, I'm saying, no, you want to go to dinner? And you was like, yeah, I go to dinner. I'm just saying, that's not for me. He was like, I get it. I understand. I understand, you know, blah, blah, blah. I get it, right? And then at dinner, he's like, yo, you know what I'm saying? You want to go to a show after this? And you're like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I go to a show. But I'm just telling you, Chauncey, I'm not for that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not with it. I'm just not with it. You know what I'm saying? At the show, he started to put his hand around the small of your back and he leans in. You know what I'm saying? You smell him and you're like, damn, Chauncey, you smell so good. You know what I mean? Then you give him a kiss on the neck. Then you give him a kiss on the cheek. Man, y'all kissing at this show, right? She's like, yo, you want to go back to my place? He's like, yeah, Chauncey, I would love to go back to your place. You know what I'm saying? And while he's giving you a drink at his place, you're like, yo, listen, Chauncey, this is amazing. I'm having an amazing night. But listen, I ain't for that sharing shit. You know what I mean? He like, look, yeah, I understand all that. I understand what you're saying. You know what I mean? But you already know. He told you at dinner he was dealing with Michelle and Tamika. He got Michelle and Tamika. He's like, yo, I just want to go out with you. I want to have a good time. You know, I want to do it. He told it to you. He was like, all right, Chauncey, okay. Now you at the house. He got his panties, you know what I'm saying? He got your panties twirling your panties in there. You're like, yeah, girl, I'm about to give you this magic. You're like, oh, Chauncey, come on now, stop playing. And then he give you that magic. He give you that magic, and you like, oh my God, Chauncey. Oh, Chauncey, oh my God. And you're like, oh my God, Chauncey, you're the best I ever had, Chauncey, oh my God. He's like, you want to do this next week? You're like, yes, hell yes, I want to do this next week. Oh my God. And then you get home. You get home. Then you send him a text message. I can't believe you didn't respect my wishes. I can't believe you didn't respect my boundaries. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to make a choice. You know what I mean? You're going to have to make a choice. I done gave you the jewels, Chauncey. You're going to have to make a choice. And Chauncey like, look, sweetheart. Look, don't worry about all that right now. You understand? Let's just go out. Let's have a good time. Don't worry about all that. And you're like, Chauncey, you playing with me. And you're like, nah, Ma, I'm not playing with you. I'm just trying to show you a good time. I'm trying to show you that, you are appreciated. And then he put the song on, right? And you're like, come on, Chauncey, you playing with me. And now you falling in love with this dude. Why? Because he being real. He being honest. He's showing you affection. He's showing you all this attention. You know what I'm saying? You going out on dates. You ain't got to come out the pocket. You like, yo, Chauncey, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm $50 short on some nails. You're like, don't worry about it, baby. I got you. You're like, damn, Chauncey, why can't you just be with me? Like, Ma, look. This is who I am. And you loving this man. You are in love. And now you feeling some sort of way about loving a man who's being honest with you, who's taking care of you, who's showing you a good time, who's not lying to you. But you just don't like it because you can't control the situation. You know what I mean? And you can't leave him alone. And he's letting you. He's like, look, Tamika, look. I understand. You can walk away at any time. You can walk away at any time. I just want to be around you. I just want to show you a good time. I want to show you that you appreciate it. Chauncey's a great guy. And you got Jennifer in your ear. You got Michelle in your ear. Michelle, her man lying to her. You know what I'm saying? He taking all the money she make from work. He buying video games. He ain't got no business plan. He not doing nothing with his life. He going to work and coming home. And then he's in the inbox of all these other women. And Michelle is like, yo, what you doing? He like, nothing, baby, I got you. And she know he lying. But now she trying to tell you to leave Chauncey alone because he's not a one-woman man. And she trying to tell you about what's going on in her world. Nobody can tell you what's right for you. Nobody can tell you what's right for you. That's that inner situation. And a lot of times, we're deading situations because of what it looked like to other people. Chauncey is the man. Yo, Sheila, Chauncey is the man. And the thing about it is that it's only 10 of them out there. And they fighting for the same 10 men. And so when the viewer asks me, when she says to me, she says, Seven, like, what should I do? This is my advice. This is my advice. If you got somebody in your life that's willing to be honest with you, they willing to be reciprocal, they willing to show you affection, they willing to show you attention, they willing to pour into you or your business, they willing to be there spiritually, you can ask for sound advice, and they might throw you a few bills or two. What we talking about? And that's monogamy or polygamy. If you got somebody that's willing to, you know what I'm saying, go to war with you, not against you, like, y'all understand what's happening out here. They're making it more expensive to be broke. It's expensive to be broke. They're making it impossible to be healed. You understand? You got to really desire healing. You got to really desire it. Right? Because it used to be a simple place that we lived in. Now this shit's so complex. It'll fracture your mind just sitting. I'm going to tell it to you like this. For you men who are wanting to be in a polygamous relationship, honor, right? So number one is being honest. Let that person know this is what you're doing. This is how you feel. This is what you're about. Let them know straight out from the gate so that they can make their decisions. Women, stop being victims if you're going to do it. If you're going to live that lifestyle, then be the queen. You understand? Stop worrying about what number you sit in. As parents of multiple children, it's dangerous, you understand, to treat one child better than the other, or to make one child feel like they're better than the other. That man can't do that with you. He's dating other grown women. He can't exalt you. He can respect you. He can honor you. You understand? But if you're wanting a pedestal, like, I don't even know where these concepts came from. Then you got women saying, oh, in polygamy, right? Like, I should be able to pick the next woman, right? How you feel like that, man? Who picked you? Who picked you? He did, right? And you picked him, right? He hunted for you and you picked him. If he's going to live this lifestyle, you got to allow that man to do the same thing for the next one. But a lot of times, y'all women will be like, yo, I'm okay with polygamy. And then you start watching this man caking on the phone. You start watching him send flowers. You start watching him go on dates. And now you feeling some sort of way. But you told him you was down with it. You said you was cool. What you thought he was going to do? Like, how did you think that was going to happen? Like that? And then now? Some of you don't want polygamy unless that woman is serving you. Polygamy does not have to involve all of y'all together. Polygamy simply just means plural. That means that man's got more than you. That woman ain't got to live with you. Y'all ain't got to live together. There's no golden rule book to it. It's whatever you and your family decides is best for you and your family. I think the problem is that y'all think it's a hidden rule book somewhere that these men got to follow. You still want to control a narrative in a situation where it's designed for this man to be a king. It's designed for you to be a queen. Do you understand? If it's set up correctly, that man is going to go take over and bring it back to the camp. You can't imagine what it feels like for a man to walk the planet knowing that he's doing something honorably. These men that's out here having to hide, I check them on a daily. There's no way possible you could have the love of self and the pride of the son and you're lying to your woman or you're hiding who you are. There's no way possible. A woman said to me one time, she said, Seven, you gonna have to make a choice. I said, no, I don't, Queen. You gotta make the choice. You gotta make it. If you don't want to be in this, then go. But it's so good to you, all you want to do is argue about why you're not the only one. If it wasn't good, you'd have been gone. A lot of times, women are controlling relationships based upon, watch this, a lot of times women are controlling their relationships based upon the inability of the faithfulness of that man. Or she got him in the bag because he can't keep his dick in his pants. She got him in the bag because he can't tell the truth. She got him in the bag because he always sneaking. But my question to her is, why are you still with this man? Oh, so that you can be in control. Once you don't have that desire, once a woman has no desire to control a man, you'd be surprised the kind of man you end up with. You'd be surprised. You would be surprised how that man treats you. You'd be surprised. Seven, I tried that. You know how many men there are out here? Just because you tried one man don't make that the men. He's not our representative. Well, Seven, why am I not good enough? See, that's not the case, Queen. That's not polygamy. Polygamy is not that you're not good enough or that you're not enough. It's that he wants more. There's a difference. There's a difference. If I'm trying to get a job done, right, and I hire one person to help me, I could get a good job done. I can get it done within, you know what I'm saying, a fraction amount of time. But if I invite 12 people to help me get this job done, that's lickety split. Now, did I need those 12 people? No. Did I desire those 12 people? Yes. Why? You're not asking enough questions. Why? Why do you feel as though you need more than one? Why do you feel as though you desire more than one? And then just wait for the answer. And if you're not rocking with the answer, you're the one in control. Listen, women, for you all to be like, oh, men ain't shit. I don't understand that narrative. I mean, I do, but I don't. Because most women who are singing that song are the ones who stuck around. Those are the ones who singing that song. Men ain't shit. Men ain't shit. Right? But it's because they stuck around. They stuck around in hopes that he would be better. They stuck around making him their project. They stuck around with the fantasy. With the fantasy of better. The fantasy of better. He didn't show you better. He didn't even show it to you from the start. But you desired it so much. Right? Let me also say this. A man who's a polygamist, you're not allowing him to have another woman. I hear this all the time. Seven, you know what I'm saying? I allowed him to have another woman. I allowed him to have another woman. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. He told you the truth. You didn't allow shit. But Seven, I was peaceful about it, as you should have been. Because you stayed. What you gonna do? Create conflict every day on some shit you chose? That's what my ex-wife did. Imagine it. We decide, you know what I'm saying, as best friends, we are going to come out the closet today, right? We are going to shine our homosexual and lesbian flag. We just gonna parade it around town, right? This is what we talked about. We talked about this for 6 months, me and you, right? And then we said Sunday at 8:46, we gonna do a live, and we gonna come out on the live. And then at 8:45, you decide, you know what? I don't want everybody knowing my business. Oh! Crushed. But then You can find that person at any given, you know what I'm saying, concert, any given national game, whatever, right? And then they got the LGBT booth over on the side, and that person goes and buys an LGBTQ flag and be like, I'm a supporter. What you mean you a supporter? No, you in the life. What you talking about? You just a support. Being authentic. Stop dealing with people who their outside world affects more. It affects their decisions more than their spirit and their soul. I can't tell you how many women, you know what I'm saying, I've dated, right? We supposed to be in this union. They don't want nobody to know. They don't want nobody to know why. Shame. If you're doing something that you're ashamed of, look, let's go monogamy. Let's talk about monogamy. Look, there's no rules to this shit, right? So if I date a white woman, I'm still in a monogamous relationship, right? But you got black men who are hiding their white woman. They're in a monogamous relationship. Shame has nothing to do with the construct and everything to do with authenticity. If there's something that you're doing that you're ashamed of, you shouldn't be doing it. If you can't talk about it, you shouldn't be doing it. This is what I teach my children. I teach them this. If you can't talk about it, you shouldn't be doing it. And if you're doing it, you should be able to talk about it. Do you understand how powerful that is? There's nothing that you should be doing that you can't talk about. All of y'all do all of these other things, and then y'all get into these relationships. And then you want to keep them a secret. You done went and bought a car. You went and bought a house. You had a baby out of wedlock. You lost your job. All of these life events take place, but then you get into a relationship with somebody who wants to honor you, and you want to keep that shit a secret. It don't make no sense to me. It makes no sense to me. So no, you don't get to pick the next woman. You should have a man that you honor so much that you honor his decision making. You know he gonna make a good decision. You know he's not gonna bring no bullshit to the crib. You know he's not gonna bring no bullshit to the kingdom. What you mean you want to pick the next one? Yo, if you don't go sit your ass down somewhere talking about you gonna pick my next woman, especially if you ain't trying to be in a relationship with her, I'm the one that's got to be in a relationship with her, not you. How you get to pick her? And these men are go along with it because you're willing to have another woman in the kingdom. But you just took his balls. Now watch this. The whole purpose is for him to be king, but you just took his balls. You understand? So how is he king now? He's not. He should be picking queens. He should not be picking thotties, baddies, this, that, and the third. If we trying to build a kingdom, if we trying to build, now, if this just a good time, see, because a threesome is different. A threesome is different from polygamy. Though polygamy could involve a threesome. A threesome is an act. That is an act. Just like sex is an act. You can have a monogamous relationship and then have sex. Those two, you know what I'm saying? It's not the same, but one go with the other. You feel me? These men are hiding their desire for threesomes in the confines of polygamy. Bruh, it's not the same. Stop trying to get these women to sleep with each other if that's not what they're trying to do. I thought you were supposed to be building a kingdom with these two women, but you so hell-bound on them sleeping together that you can't build a kingdom. This shit real. This is what happens. You understand? Then you women, you'll say, okay, I'll be in a polygamous relationship. All right, that's fine. That's fine. I'm going to go and have this business meeting with Craig at 12 o'clock. You know, Craig been wanting you since the 12th grade. That's a date. Now you're hiding dates as business meetings and then validating it because he's got more than one woman. What are we doing? This is toxic. 7, I ain't never seen a successful polygamous relationship. You're lying. You know how many Muslims are out here? You know how many what is it? Latter-day Saints? I think that's Latter-day Saints. You know how many, like, if you ain't never seen a successful polygamous relationship, it's because you don't want to. The earth is old, shouted. And polygamy was the very first relationship structure. The first. The first. They gave us monogamy for control. You understand? And to ensure that you didn't rise to a certain esteem. The world was built by families. And then they said you can't have a family like ours. These women will go out and get a sugar daddy and do God knows what. Then a good guy will come along and try to queen them up, and then they got to jump through hoops and hurdles. We selling our souls for bread. Oh, if he's caked up, I'll be polygamous. Who told you that polygamy was a rich man's sport? Who told you that? That's about as dumb as monogamy being a rich man's sport. What are you talking about? So now we're priding ourselves on the fact that women drain us of our finances and our soul. Because what are you saying? What do you mean polygamy is a rich man's sport? No, it's not. No, it's not. Polygamy is an honor man's sport. Because those 3, 4, 5, how many ever people are in that family dichotomy, whatever that family structure, however many people should be putting in. This is not, why would a man want to bring on like countless bodies of debt, countless bodies of nothingness, just for some kitty? Really? You think that's the motivation for true polygamy? No, it's not. But who wants to be in a monogamous relationship with a lover who ain't up to par? We're looking at the activity of relationship, and then we're quantifying relationship based upon activity. That don't make no sense. That's backwards. The more honorable, the more desiring, the more in alignment the relationship, man, the more fruitful. And that's the purpose of relationship. Fruitfulness. Fruitfulness. Be fruitful and multiply. Be fruitful and multiply. Those are two different things. I wish I had time, man. I wish I had time. Those are two different things. Be fruitful and multiply. That's not independent of child labor. That's not independent of childbirth. That's not independent of birthing children. That's independent of birthing nations. Come on, man. That's not independent of producing children. This is how to birth nations. Being fruitful and multiplying. What's fruitfulness? I'm glad you asked. Fruitfulness is expansion. You know what I'm saying? If I got one loaf of bread, if I got one seed, right? If I got one bread seed, and then she's got a bread seed, and she's got a bread seed. Hey, Queens, come here for a second. Let me ask you a question. If I was to build a house for us, could I get your bread seeds? Let me think about it. He gonna build us a house, girl. What you think? Yeah, girl. Because we ain't got no house, but we damn sure got the bread seed. What good is the bread seed without the house? I don't know. Let's get it to him. Now we got 3 bread seeds, right? And we plant that. Now we got more coming up. That's fruitfulness. That's fruitfulness. Multiplying is showing others how to do the same. Multiplying is inviting more into the kingdom to expand more. Being fruitful and multiplying. Now, for those of you who are past 40, past 45, past 50, that child, you've had your children, you're in relationship, you're like, look, you know what I'm saying? Like, me and this guy are together. Like, what should we be thinking about, Seven? If we're not thinking about having kids, you should be thinking about being fruitful and multiplying. You got a business? Yeah. He got a business? Yeah. Okay. Those are two independent businesses. Now, how can those two businesses complement each other to create one conglomerate where the two are still independent? Ooh, I didn't think about that. Yeah. Fruitfulness. Right? With each of my queens that I've had in my life, from any ex, yo, I can show you the fruitfulness. I can show you the birth of Digit. I can show you the birth of the Alchemist. I can show you, you know what I'm saying? And not necessarily the birth, but the fruitfulness or the multiplication of it. I can show it to you. I know exactly when it happened. When I got with this individual. Why? Because that individual was able to come into my life and help me handle things that I didn't need to be concerned with, so that I could be concerned with those things that I needed to be concerned with. You understand? So that I could beast. And I go out there and maul them all and bring it back. You got anybody trying to make your life half as difficult as it is alone, man, you should really think about something. You should really think about that. Kings, don't be just adding women to the family just because you can. That's not polygamy. Polygamy is also thoughtfulness, right? In certain mindset of the Islam faith, that man can leave a house. He can have a woman at the house. He can leave the house, go to the grocery store, meet a woman at the grocery store, and bring her back home. Like, yo, this is my new wife. And it better not be no problem, because the Quran said. You got men who are using these archaic, you know what I'm saying, books of building, and they bashing their women over the head with it. You got to have compassion. You got to have empathy. You don't understand what it's like for a woman to love you, bruh. You know what I'm saying? And then you want to give more love to another person. You don't understand what that's like for her. That shit eats her up inside. Or it could, if you're not cultivating that the right way. Why you want your woman at the house all ate up inside? That's not proper. That's like these men beating on their women. Why you wanna kiss on a woman with a black eye? Why you wanna kiss on a woman with a broke rib? Why you wanna kiss on a woman you done broke a leg? Like, what are you talking about? Control is also abusive. Why are you so concerned about control? Be concerned, you know what I'm saying, about, man, just being authentic. You ain't got to worry about controlling no woman when you authentic. Why? Because that authenticity lured that right woman into your life, and she ain't trying to control you. She already see what controls you. When a woman can see that you're led by a higher thing, you're controlled by a higher thing, she don't have so much anxiety about what you doing. Because she know if you do some fucked up shit, man, your creator gonna deal with you. She can trust that. If you're showing her that that's how you live your life, if you're showing her that this is how I'm guided. Polygamy is about guidance. It's not about control. It's about guidance. If you don't have guidance for these women, then what do you have? If you don't have, you understand, intellect and an identity for what the future could possibly hold based upon the capacity that you have, then what are you wanting them to trust in? What are you wanting them to hold on to? What are you wanting them to believe in for tomorrow? Because I damn sure ain't trying to hold on to nothing that ain't got no promise. Then for you polygamous men, you talking about you don't want to get married. Like, what are you talking about? Polygamy is family. So for a woman, you understand, you got to know, a man who's truly about polygamy, he wants to be wed. He wants to be wed. He wants that last name change. He wants that ring or that symbol, you know what I'm saying, of unity to be worn. He wants that nucleus. He don't want to be out here for the street, just pumping and grinding. That ain't what he want. But you have to trust that. So the only way to do that is to ask certain questions. Let me ask you something. Is this just for this? Is this for that? Or is this for the long thing? Is this for the real thing? Is this for the... You got to ask certain questions, women. Then if you going to do it, you got to be unapproachable by other monogamous men. You got to be unapproachable. You got to be able to protect the kingdom that you decided to take part in. You cannot be a weak hand. You cannot be a weak hand. You can't. Anybody could come along, and as long as they're promising that it just be you, then you're willing to leave the camp. Like, that's dangerous. That's very dangerous. You want to know, you know what I'm saying, how to do polygamy, like, you got to be bound. You got to be willing to be a part of the unit. 100%. Nothing can penetrate those walls. Trust me, they gonna try. I done been kicked out of house parties because I got two queens with me. You understand what I'm saying? We ain't in there doing nothing crazy. They just with me. So you got these women who can't get a man, you know what I'm saying? And then they mad because I got two women who are not naysayers. They not no yes queens. They not no weaklings. They none of that. Hard charges. Brilliant. And we getting kicked out because they can't take it. Whatever it is that you're going to do, if you're involving someone else, if it's a relationship structure, there's got to be reverence. There's got to be something that holds you all together that's far beyond you, that's far beyond them. So when those problems arise, you know what I'm saying? There's something of common value that's keeping us together. This ain't just polygamy. This is any relationship structure. But especially polygamy. Because that one's hard, yo. It's hard. You can't throw up, you know what I'm saying? You can't throw up the regular shit to a polygamous man that you would do to a monogamous man. Oh, you just want me for this. Do you understand what it takes for me to be honest, to have you in my life? How dare you say such a thing? For me to be honest about you being in my life, for me to tell this other woman that I'm dealing with that I got you in my life, and you want to reduce the fact that the reason why I want you is only because of this, you have no idea. You have no idea. When they say, oh, he's polygamous, that's selfish. Have you dealt with one of you? Try dealing with multiples of you. And then we're going to see how selfish that is. It's selfish to cheat. That's what's selfish. Cheating is easy. Man, that man that's a polygamist and she knows and she knows and she knows, man, that man got to be a king for real. He got to know how to handle fallout. He got to know how to handle conflict. If this man buckles at the sight of conflict, he's not good for polygamy. If he can't handle, you know what I'm saying, attitude, it's not good. If he don't know how to, you know what I'm saying, without disrespect, if he don't know how to, you know what I'm saying, correctly put a woman in her place, right? And what I mean by that is not going back and forth. Not going back and forth, standing on business, you know what I'm saying? And if you want to leave, there's the door. Not one person holds the key to this relationship. This is a unit. You want to make this about you. It's not. This is a unit. The unit cannot have one person more important than the king can't even be more important. It's gotta be reciprocal. And I told y'all 15 years ago, 15, 20 to 30% of relationship structure was going to be polygamous, polyamorous, you know what I'm saying, polyandrous, or the poly. I told y'all that. Nobody wanted to listen. Now, everybody's threatened by it. Oh, y'all are threatened by it. Oh, my God, women are threatened by it. Oh, no, I'm not. Yes, you are. No, I'm not, Seven. Okay, maybe you're not. But women are. Sure are. They knuckling up in these streets. But y'all did it. How did we do it, Seven? Well, the idea of polygamy resurfacing was a woman's idea. Was a woman's idea. Wasn't enough men. And that's still the issue. It's still the issue. And as we continue this season, they're trying to show you that living is not as easy as it used to be. And now it takes more people in a household for that household to be fruitful than it did 20 years ago. People are in relationships that don't want to be in relationships because they can't afford to be apart. This is science. This is news reports and articles saying about how I feel. So if this is a National Geographic channel and these are the issues that human beings are facing, you know what I'm saying, then answers have to arise. We have to figure out how to answer that problem, how to answer that problem, how to answer that problem, how to answer that problem. Polygamy answers a problem. It answers a lot of problems. You got fatherless children out here. You got men out here that make enough money to take on more than one family. Why are we not doing that? Whatever it is that you're going to participate in, do it wholeheartedly or don't do it at all. Because straddling the fence, that's where the danger lies. You understand? If you're going to be a monogamous, be monogamous and stand on that. If you're going to be a polygamist and stand on that, King. Don't let these women see you waver. Don't let them see you waver. For whichever one you pick, whichever way you go, you got to stand on business. They waver. You can't. And this is why I say life is easy. We make it hard. Women, if you're in a relationship with a polygamous man and you're having issues, things that, you know, go against the boundaries of that relationship, you need to air it out. Stop holding that in. Air it out. And if once aired out, he doesn't honor, he doesn't speak to it, he doesn't repair it, then leave it alone and walk away. Go do something else. You know what I mean? I love y'all. Peace to man, woman, and child, all things that walk the earth. As above, so below, may all things be balanced and well alignment. Dua, dua, dua. As I send this love and light back to each and every one of y'all, share the message you've been watching. Magick Up TV, I am Seven The Alchemist. I love y'all. Peace.